First of all, I'd like to address the McPhail's family. I'd like to let you all know that despite the situation, I know all of you still are convinced that I'm the person that killed your father, your son, and your brother. But I am innocent. The incidents that happened that night was not my fault. I did not have a gun that night. I did not shoot your family member. But I am so sorry for your loss. I really am, sincerely. All that I can ask is that each of you look deeper into this case so that you really will finally see the truth. I ask to my family and friends that you all continue to pray, that you all continue to forgive, continue to fight this fight. For those who are about to take my life, may God have mercy on all of your souls. God bless you all.
In December of 2009, John Smith contacted me looking for help with his case. He told me then that he had been in prison for 17 years for a murder he didn't commit. Over the next 3 months, from January through March, the more I dug into the case, the more I began to really become convinced of John's innocence, and I was trying to find a way that we could help him out. So in March of 2010, largely because of my growing belief in John's innocence, we formed Innocence Matters, and John Smith became our first client. That summer, a wonderful intern named Jess Ferris joined us and spent the entire summer working with me in investigating John Smith's innocence. And all of our hard work paid off. By the end of the summer, we were able to develop and present a very compelling case of John's innocence. We then turned our attention to the prosecution's team and worked very closely with them as they began to digest the facts of the case and do their own follow-up investigation. All 3 men that worked on this case had tremendous integrity and were very thorough in their investigation. Although it took longer than we had hoped, we were ultimately able to persuade the prosecutors about the merits of John's innocence, and they conceded our petition, and John was released into the arms of his family on September 24th, 2012. As news of our work in John Smith's case spread, we were flooded with requests for help. We were already committed to assisting another individual, and the work on that case became very time-consuming. One of the key pieces of evidence pointing to John Clenny's innocence in the beginning of our investigation was a ghost came forward and admitted that he was the person who committed this murder and that John Clenny had nothing to do with it. So we wanted to learn more about Ghost, including the reason he was serving a life sentence. We discovered that he had been convicted in the Daly murder, and our investigation into that ultimately led us to learn a great deal about Susan's innocence.
Hold on a second here.
Yeah, I get everything going. Good morning. How are you? I'm Paul.
I'm blessed.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. I'm Susie Mellon.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on in, have a seat.
Okay.
Make yourself comfortable.
Okay. You're gonna.
Kick back with you brought me lunch, huh?
Yeah, ham sandwich and we'll share it.
All right. You know why I'm here?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you want to do a I'm not sure how to say it, lie detector test. Yeah.
Polygraph.
Polygraph. Okay.
All right.
And
Yeah, I'm up here. Deirdre O'Connor, your attorney, just sent me up here.
Okay.
All right. And what we're going to do is a polygraph, or commonly called a lie detector, on your case.
Okay.
And this is one that happened back in '97, a long time ago, wasn't it? Okay.
I've always wanted one.
Okay.
So, but they never would.
So you've never had one?
Never.
I'm going to explain everything to you. There's not going to be any surprises that happen in this room whatsoever.
Okay, good.
I'll explain.
June Paddy was a fairly critical witness in the case. Her testimony that Susan had basically confided in her information about the case and the murder, and fairly critical information, very critical information. When really what we were hearing was that June Paddy was someone who you wouldn't take information from at all. She was untrustworthy, and a lot of people we spoke to had issues with her, and particularly dealing with her during that time and after that time as well.
Okay.
I know very little about what you're in here for now. I just know that there was a woman that's a co-defendant, and she had some. Yeah, tell me, was she had any role in anything that happened?
With this?
With your case.
I really don't know.
You don't know.
That's been baffling me forever. That's been baffling me for a long time. Because I met her in arraignment. Let's just put it like that. Either it was in arraignment or actually from the bus, but it's either the day of arraignment or the day, or maybe it was before. But I think it was the day that we were